How to be effective when you feel unmotivated. Let's be honest, you're not always gonna feel motivated. There will always be days when you wake up tired, you wake up late, you're uninspired, you're just bored of your mind, and just don't feel like doing fucking anything. I don't feel like doing anything. But that's the difference between amateur and professional. Amateurs wait for motivation. Professional build system that don't need it. So in this video, I'll show you how to stay effective even when your brain say, "Oh, it's not today. I'm bored. I'm done today. Not today. Not today. Not today. Nada. No. 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 No." Step one: accept that motivation is a myth. You've been lied to. Motivation it isn't a consistent energy source. It's just honestly just an emotional caffeine. It spikes things when things are exciting, when you're on a roll, when you're nervous. That's when you're motivated. But it disappeared the moment that everything get boring. Like it disappear when you have to do the task that you has to do. It disappear when you need it the most, essentially. But if your success depend on motivation, you're already building on a shaky foundation. The real key is structure and not sparks. So motivation is a feeling and effectiveness is a formula. Step 2. Build your autopilot mode. Think of your life like a machine. When it's well built, it runs. And even when it's don't feel like running, the system come in and run it for you. So if you wake up tired and you don't need to think and you just don't feel like thinking, you just don't do it, you don't feel like working, you don't need to think. You just execute on your checklist. You just execute on your system. So it essentially just become a habit. So if you don't do the thing that you were gonna do in your checklist, your day is just not gonna start. It's the same thing as brushing your teeth. Make it so that your work task is the same as brushing your teeth. So that's why I try to automate as much as possible. Lead gen follow up, posting content, and all of those just run without me. And I have it so that all of my tasks, important tasks, are structured in the morning. So even before I even brush my teeth, I go and work. Or right after I work brush my teeth, I go to work. I don't go down and eat breakfast. I don't go down and drink coffee. None of that. Just first thing I do is always work. Because once you have this system set up like this, even on days that you don't feel like showing up, your system will still run the lead generation, the follow up, all that stuff for you. And all you have to do is just do one or two tasks in the morning. Is that too hard? So that's how a system works, and that's how you win even on a bad day. Step 3. Shrinks your battle. When you're unmotivated, don't try to win the whole war. Most people overestimate on what they can do in one day, 1 week, 1 month, but they underestimate what they can do in a year and 3 years. All you need to do is just win the next move. If your brain just goes say, "Oh, I really don't want to do it anymore," let's say, "Fine, I'll do 5 more minutes, just 5 minutes." If you don't feel like doing it, get on it and do it for 5 minutes. That's all I ask you. And then 5 minutes start to turn to 30, 30 turn into hour, and it start to show result. But your goal is just 5 minutes. Shrink your battle. You're just trying to win a battle, not the whole war. And every small battle will lead to you eventually winning the war. So you don't need to feel ready to just do 5 minutes. All you need to do is just believe in that 5 minutes. If you still don't feel like working after that 5 minutes, fine, that's fine. Take a break. You're done. That's it. All you need is 5 minutes. And I guaranteed you, out of the 80% of the time that you work with that 5 minutes, it will turn to 30 minutes or an hour. And maybe out of those 20%, you'll work 10, 20 minutes. And that's fine. That's fine. Because you can't win everything. You can't win every battle. Step 4, reframe your boredom as mastery. Most people stop when things are boring. But let me tell you this, boredom is when real growth happens. When you repeat the same sales script every single day, you refine the same system, you optimize the same ad, that's when you get sharper and get better. Because boredom is the gym for discipline. When you go to the gym, you always repeat the same movement every single day. The longer that you can tolerate those repetition, the stronger that you become. It's the same with business. The more successful you become, because everyone else quits when it's no longer fun. Step 5, create rituals, not relines. Motivation is emotional, ritual are mechanical. So if you want to become unstoppable, turn your work into a ritual. Okay. For me, I'm a fairly simple person. All of my ritual is that I have to do it right after I brush my teeth. That's it. A lot of people need to have it all. They need to have a specific coffee, a specific playlist, or an environment that trigger your execution mode. That's really the if you can afford those, if you can get those things going, that's a really good thing to have. Because the moment that you get into that environment, you work and you execute. Okay? So try to set your place as a ritual. Have that specific coffee, play that specific song, and work at a specific place. So I remember I had set this up when I was studying for the ACT. And I remember my ritual was, oh, I work in the morning, and once I finish working, I'll go down and drink a cup of coffee. And then once I drink that cup of coffee, I go into my desk, which is near the dining space. So I go to my desk, sat down, and now I would put my headphone on and play Moonlight Sonata. I just kept that song on repeat for an hour, 2 hours, and during those time, I was completely locked in for working because that built my execution modes. So every single time that I hear Moonlight Sonata, I just lock in to study. So the same thing could apply for work. You can just pick a specific song or drink a specific coffee. So I used to have it where my ritual was I wake up, drink a cup of coffee, and then go on my computer. It was almost like 5 or 4. It's basically like 5 a.m. when I woke up. And then drink a cup of coffee. It was pitch dark, almost outside. And I would just work until the sunrise and then finish my work, get ready for school. That's when you start seeing success because you'll start to learn a pattern and your brain is really are programmable. If you give it consistent clues, it will perform whether you feel like it or not. So for me, even if I don't feel like going to the gym, if I just walk to the gym or drive my car to the gym, my brain would just be like, boom. It just instantly start to get me into that mode where I can just work out in the gym without really waiting for any motivation to do so. And that's how soldier, athlete, entrepreneur, they all perform under pressure because they train to move their body before their mind can hesitate. Movement always comes first, okay? Step six, think output, not feelings. So here's what I mean. Don't ask, do I feel like working today? Ask, what needs to get done today to move the needle? Okay, so detach your emotion from your execution. You don't need to feel good to perform well. You just need to have that clarity of that next step. So this is something I do. I write on my calendar the tasks that I need to perform the day before. So the moment I wake up, I don't I wouldn't be hit. I wouldn't be hit by that. Oh, I don't feel like doing anything, so I'm not doing anything. I look at my calendar and I know, oh, today I have to record video. Oh, today I have to write a script. Oh, today I have to go and follow up that client. Because I know that that's what needed to be done to move the needle. Okay. So that's how pros operate. They operate from the outcome, not the emotion. So you want a specific things to happen, not because they feel like it, or not because they but because they want it to be finished. Those two things are completely different. Step six, remind yourself why you started. When you feel nothing, when you feel unmotivated, reconnect with the version of yourself that just started, that are fresh, that are young, that are trying to make something happen. Remember how it felt to want this life. Remember the freedom, the control, the independence. Remember why you started. Okay? Motivation fades when gratitude fades. So whenever I feel unmotivated, I would just scroll back into my earlier videos, or I would just look back into my earlier website. I have my first ever website that I make pinned on my bookmark. So every single time that I feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing this anymore, oh, I'll click back on that and see those first messages that I sent, or see those um, first ever website that I made. Those are horrible, but compared to where I am today, those are progress, and that usually just wake me up and want to make me work more. Okay, so effectiveness is not about hype, it's about alignment. So when your actions are built into your identity, you don't need motivation. You do it because it's who you are. Because system don't need inspiration. They just need a specific execution. So if you want to win long term, build your life like a machine that move even when you don't. Okay? That's pretty much it for today's video. But if you are a business or a business broker that want to target business owner who want to sell either to make your commission or to expand your business, check out my auto seller generation system course. and it will automate your follow-up, your lead generation, and your appointment system so you can stay effective even when you're not in the mood to grind. Other than that, later.